Hello, welcome back to the Bored Whovian YouTube channel, and I'm doing another top 5 today. I'm going to be doing my top 5 wish list for the new era. So, my wish list, 5 things that I want from the new era. Not 5 things we know we're getting and I'm excited about, 5 things that I want which we don't really know too much about yet. And yeah, it's going to be just a quick top 5 list. Please, if you have any that I don't mention, don't forget to comment below what you think they are. Also, can you please ding the subscribe button? That'd be really nice. I want to keep subscribing and keep growing as a channel. That'd be really nice as well. But anyway, let's get into the list. So, starting off with spin-offs. We already know, subtly from Russell Davies, we are getting spin-offs. But specifically what I want a disconnected spin-off. I want a spin-off which is new, unlike any we've had before. No, maybe not involving characters necessarily, but I want a spin-off which maybe doesn't have to connect with the show, because I look at the MCU formula and I think people are tired of having to watch so many things to understand the big story as a whole. So why not just create a spin-off which is just there to be enjoyed on its own, has its own storyline, just takes place in the same universe. Maybe the Daleks show up in it, maybe the Master shows up in it, but maybe not the Doctor, maybe it doesn't have to do much with the show. I think having a disconnected spin-off, maybe like an animated show or something like that, which would be cool. Maybe, like a unit show would inherently have to, be associated with a show, which is the spin-off I've always wanted. But imagine a spin-off which is just in space, because most of the spin-offs we've had have been Earthbound. Imagine a space-based one, imagine like a robot spin-off. Like, when I say that, I mean like Robots of Death. Like, imagine something like that. Like, I'd like something quite new, something cool like that, something which you don't need the information from the show to. I'd love it if someone could approach the spin-off fresh without knowing Doctor Who. That'd be a very cool idea. This is very much where the ideas of things like Class came from. But yeah, I want something fresh, new, not like anything you've seen before. Something which maybe uses characters, monsters from the show, but doesn't need references from the main show, doesn't need to cross over with the main show, can cross over with the main show, but doesn't need to. Something which is separate, has its own storyline, its own plot. I think that would be a very good idea, and it's a different way of bringing in new viewers, and I think it's an interesting way of doing it. Number 2 on the list, I don't want any romantic relationship between the companion and the Doctor. I don't want 15 to have any fling at all with Ruby Sunday. I want their relationship to be purely like a friendship, maybe like a professor-student kind of relationship, which we see from like Seven and Ace kind of. Because of the way they look, they're both quite young. I think the friendship kind of one makes more sense. And yeah, I want them to just run around, enjoy their time together as friends. I don't want any romantic flings. No, I'm tired of it. We've just come out of Yaz and 13. Let's move on. I'm not a fan of it, and it's never been my cup of tea. And especially considering people have compared her to Rose already because she's blonde and it's Russell Davies' new companion. Let's just shut that up quickly. No, she's not the new Rose. She's just another blonde companion, and she's going to be Ruby Sunday. She's going to be her own character, and I'm really excited for Millie Gibson. She's a really young, impressive actress. I just don't want her to do that, and that's not her fault, that's their writing. But let's just hope this is a new take on a companion, not something which has been done a couple of times and not everyone's really in favour of. I don't want a romantic relationship. Not many people are in favour of it anyway. It's not the best idea, so let's just not do it. Third, I don't want the Daleks or the Master to turn up that much. First of all, I want the Daleks to be absolutely minimised. Maybe have them in one story a season max. Maybe not have them for a whole season, Maybe have them once every 3 years. Maybe save them for a whole season and then let them come back, and it'll be a bigger deal. Because I think doing that makes them feel more important. They're supposed to be the big bad of the show, the biggest monster villain of the show. If they keep showing up every year, you kind of get a bit tired of them. And I want that. Another thing, no Master. I think maybe if we can, go nearly the entire era of Shutagawa without the Master. We've had the last 2 Doctors, the Master has been crucial to their era, so I think the Master needs a break, massively. Give them a break, give that character a break. I fully expected the Master not to be involved in the Jodie Whittaker era, so I was very surprised watching Spyfall Part 2, and I was just like, okay, I didn't think that was the right call. Michelle Gomez did so well, and they kind of bookended that character. I thought, good, the Master needs a break. didn't get a break of 2 seasons even. But yeah, I think the Master maybe doesn't show up at all under this era. I don't think that's a good idea. And, you know, hopefully Ross Theories will do that, because the Daleks and the Master are so crucial to his original run. Maybe he'll try something different and just focus on the Doctor and the Companion and new avenues, new monsters, new ideas, which is what I want from the show, always. Going alongside of that, my 4th thing on my wish list is a new big bad, a new overarching villain. Almost every series, the overarching villain, the finale villain is something we know, you know. Every now and then you get like something like the Silence, but most of the time it will fall down to Daleks, the Master, the Cybermen, Daleks, Master, and the Cybermen. And I want a new big bad. I want to introduce a new villain, which not only is, you know, the finale villain of that series, but something that is a mainstay, something that is a big villain in the show, and something that which we can gather around as a good character. You know, when was the last time they introduced a monster or villain that was like, oh my god, that is an instant classic? Genuinely, it is the Weeping Angels. The last time they've introduced characters, like the Silence were good, but they're not like an instant classic. They just look cool, but I don't think they were used enough or well enough. The Weeping Angels are just such an insane idea, and we haven't really done that since, you know, to that level. And I very much think we need to do that again. Whether that's Russell or another writer, I don't know, but I love it if they can write a character and go, we need to make a new, like when Davros came in, it was such a shake-up of the system that he appeared in every Dalek episode after it. We want that. Don't associate him with the Daleks or anything, but bring in a new character that is like Davros, that tests the Doctor like that, and I'd be well up for it. That'd be amazing. But yeah, I want a new big bad for Doctor Who. And finally, my final wish for this new era is simply bring in new writers, bring in younger writers. I don't know if any of you know this, but early on when Doctor Who came back in the 2000s, Phil Collinson, Rusty Davies and David Tennant did a little video which appeared on Confidential, where they talked about how important Doctor Who was to them growing up, and it helped them make their decisions to join the industry in the first place. And I think Phil Collinson mentions, isn't it going to be great thinking about the idea that in 20 years Doctor Who will still be going on, and people who watched our Doctor Who will be writing it. Funnily enough, 20 years on, or nearly 20 years on, the producer is Phil Collinson, the Doctor is David Tennant, and Rusty Davies is the head writer. We're not bedding in the new talent, we're not bedding in the new writers as much, so I really hope Russell, while he's on the job, is giving more chances to new writers. I'd love Moffat to maybe come up as a one-off, that'd be nice, but at the same time I also want new writers. I also want new perspectives on Doctor Who as a show. I want new perspectives on sci-fi as a genre, because that's what we should do. We should be testing the formula and not just be going, let's do it based on the Siege, you know, like I want new ideas. And I'm not saying I don't like Russell Davies, I'm just saying this, I don't want us to fall into the hole of doing RTD2, pretty much just doing RTD again. Do a completely new thing, and I think bedding in new young writers helps as well, and also it gives us some good options for maybe a new showrunner when Russell's gone. You know, we don't know how long he's going to be here, but I really want someone to come in after him who is young and exciting with new ideas and fresh ideas, who can come in and just brainstorm with just this fresh perspective. And yeah, we just need new perspectives in the show. You know, no more Toby Whithouse, Mark Gatiss. You know, new people, absolutely new people, and I think that's what the show needs. Anyway, that has been my video of my wish list on Doctor Who. Comment below what you thought, like the video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to ding the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every single time I upload a video. And of course, please subscribe. I've been the Bored Whovian. I'll see you around.